Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.
Bagels and go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you.
Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station, right now if you want the best content.
What is up? Welcome to some Saw Talk. This is the first episode of some actual Saw Talk that I've been wanting to bring to y'all. I am sorry that I'm late. I put out something earlier today to let y'all know that I may be late. I realized that the film that I was supposed to go watch tonight was a little bit later than I thought it was. I thought it started at 7, but it was really 7:50. So I might touch on that for a moment, but be looking out for that full review and my straight out of the theater reaction. I should be having a guest here soon, but I didn't want to keep y'all waiting. I know that it's already after 11 o'clock. I was like, you know what? Let's just go live. Let's get some people to trickle in here and let's talk about some Jigsaw theories, some Saw talk. I'm always doing Scream talk, but it is Saw season, and let's really dive deep into this tonight. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I want to have this discussion back and forth. So please be active in the chat. I really want to talk about this. My buddy Marcus from I Shot Him 6 Times should be showing up here shortly. But again, I apologize that I am late. But better late than never, right? So yeah. If you want to know anything about The Last Voyage of Demeter, the new Dracula movie that really hasn't been getting the recognition that it deserves, let me know. I don't want to give away any spoilers. I'm not going to give away any of that. But you know, this is a horror channel. This movie is something special. That's all I have to say. But yeah, super chats do go to the front of the line. If you want to become a member and have exclusive live streams and content and join me on live streams like this or gameplays, I've been integrating a lot of like horror movie type gameplays or just horror games in general that are like more co-op, oriented. If you want to join me on those, like consider becoming a member because I want to give back to y'all. I want to give y'all some recognition. And if y'all are somebody that is like thinking about creating a channel on your own and need some guidance or some help or anything like that, or even like any recognition or anything like that, I'm the guy to I want to help y'all because I've had people help me and I love y'all. Y'all are the reason why I keep making content. So if y'all are passionate about something or a channel that you want to create, I would love to promote that. I would love to help y'all out and give you some guidance on that. So anyways, let's get to the comments for a moment. Super chats do go to the front of the line. I try to give everybody their shine, but if I miss you, I'm sorry. I go to from the beginning to the end. So yeah. And I am late. I'm so sorry for that. Chris Zimmerman even says, "Is it over?" No, it's just begun, buddy. I am so sorry. I put out something. I hope everybody got it earlier, but I did put out something on the community tab that I may be a little bit late. I wasn't anticipating that until today. I was like, oh, I actually have a screening to go see The Last Voyage of Demeter. And then I looked at the time, and usually it's at 7, but it was closer to 8. And if you do go to AMC theaters, you know the struggle. Those trailers and Nicole Kidman and all the commercials that are before the films are like at least 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm just a little bit late, and I am so sorry. I apologize for real. Val's in the house. Hello, y'all. What's up, Val? What keeping it real? All right, keeping it real. Val, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're still hanging out. I hope we can have have a good night with some Saw talk. I've been thinking about this idea of like Screen Talk is every Friday night, 10 p.m. Central. But if we had like Saw Talk Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Central, and if we had Friday the 13th or A Nightmare on Elm Street or Child's Play or something like that, I'm not that far ahead of it. But if we did these nightly streams where it's like, I am giving y'all like the platform to discuss all of this one night a week. Because like honestly, I have to say like Scream really built my channel. Whenever I transitioned to theories and Scream and all that kind of stuff, it built my channel. So I love Scream. Scream is probably my favorite franchise of all time. Scream 1996 is probably my favorite horror movie of all time, but it is definitely right next to A Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and Saw. Like there's so many great properties and IPs out there that I feel like I don't want to just like limit myself with just one franchise or anything like that. I do want to continue to give that love to it, but Scream 7, there's some news here, but we don't really know what yet. But it's definitely Saw season, and I feel like it's the time to really dive into some Saw talk. So I hope y'all are enjoying this. If this turns out well, expect this weekly. So yeah. Also, if you want to know anything about The Last Voyage of Demeter, let me know in the comment section. I will not give out any spoilers, but if you want my overall thoughts, I don't mind giving that. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie. Val, thank you so much for holding it down. I can always count on Val. She is the general. Awesome. No, I have not started yet. Chris Zimmerman, I'm pretty pumped for Saw X. I am too, buddy. I'm really, after seeing the trailer and everything, I'm so pumped for this movie. I didn't think I was going to be that pumped for it. And a lot of people was like, I've seen some people talk about like, it's just another Saw movie. No, I really don't think this is just another Saw movie. I think this is something special. I think this is what's going to carry us into the future. And I also think that we're going to pivot somewhere with this one. Everyone is expecting, and I know that's what they're marketing it on, is that it's a sequel. It's like set between Saw 1 and 2, and we're going to Mexico and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to get a opening scene or a ending scene or after credit scene of some sort of present day and where we're going to lead Saw into the future. Because I don't think Saw's dead. Saw X is not going to be the end. Okay. We might be saying goodbye to John Kramer, Jigsaw, one last time, but somebody's taking it over. Somebody is going to take over the reins, and I think we're going to see it in this one. And I honestly think that we need something that's going to hit as hard as it hit in Saw 1 and Saw 2. We need that oomph. We need that extra twist. You know what I'm saying? We need that, because that's really what's holding it back, is that every time they try to do a twist in one of these movies, it just doesn't hit as hard as Saw 1 and Saw 2. So I really think that Saw X is bringing it back, between 1 and 2 for a reason, and we're gonna realize some things that we never realized. Like, yes, maybe it's all an afterthought, maybe it's all just something that we thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. I'm telling you, it's not all going to be set between Saw 1 and Saw 2. It's going to be majority of the movie is, but the rest of the movie, like the beginning or the end or both, it's not. It's not. There's got, because think about it, if they're showing all of our aces, if they're showing all the aces in our hand in the trailer, what else is there to have in the movie itself? Honestly, I just don't see them doing something like that. I think that they have a couple of hidden aces up their sleeves, and I'm waiting to see what that is. And I hope it's something that hits home. Yes, the stream is going on, JVO Jordan. Yes, it is going on now. I am just late. I apologize. I had a film to go see. It started later than I anticipated, and I am so sorry. And it's a little drive from the house too. So, let's see here. Just kind of going through some of the comments. Oh, this just jumped on me. StreamYard is just something else. Chris Zimmerman says, "How was it? That movie seems like it's going to be great." Are you talking about the Last Voyage of Demeter, the movie I just got out of? Oh man, where do I start with this movie? I'm gonna have a full review out by the end of tomorrow. This movie is, if you're a horror film fanatic, if you like, okay, this is to know what type of film goer you are. If you like The Thing, if you like Alien, the original, if you like something like that, if you like period pieces, if you like a little bit of a slow burn and we build into what we're getting into and we get this creature violence, but it's not over the top, it's not campy, it's not cheesy, this is the movie for you. This is a movie that I feel like should have came out in like the late 90s, and maybe the script was written that early, because I heard this script has been like circling around Hollywood for years. I really like it. It takes its time, it builds the tension, it builds the story. This is a movie that would be very beneficial with like captions on. Like, I want subtitles, because there were certain times when the dialogue was going that I was just kind of like, I feel like I could understand that conversation a little bit better if there was like some subtitles. But overall, it's really good. They don't make movies or horror movies like this anymore, especially like honestly, like in the UK, they're calling this movie Dracula, The Last Voyage of Demeter. Here in the States, they're just calling it The Last Voyage of Demeter, because they know that us as moviegoers, Dracula, you throw Dracula on a title or anything like that, like it might diminish the movie a little bit just for our audiences, but for people overseas or anything like that, like this is a part of their culture. This is something that they would like flock to go see, you know. It's good. Like I said, like I got vibes of like The Thing. I got vibes of Alien. It was really good. It is a little bit of a slow burn. It takes its time. The set pieces are great. It's a period piece. This is based off the captain's log, and they mention that at the beginning of the movie. And so just know what you're getting into. But the violence and everything that happens in this movie, it's like, it's so good. It's so good. Go see it. It's definitely, if you're trying to find something that's like a horror movie but it's not campy, go see this movie, because this movie is not getting the marketing that it deserves. And I hope because there's a lot that they could do with this. The way the movie ends, because if we ever watch any Dracula movie at all, you kind of know how the film's going to end, or at least you assume. But there's so much you could do as a prequel. There's so much you could do as a sequel. So I hope it is financially successful. We'll find out by the end of the weekend. Dino's in the house. Hey everyone, what's up, Dino? Welcome to the party, pal. What's going on tonight? Man, look at me. Has anybody ever seen this much facial hair on me? Usually I'm like clean shaved and clean cut and everything. I need a haircut, wearing a hat. I'm hat fishing y'all right now, okay? I'm not catfishing y'all. I'm hat fishing y'all because like I look a little rough. It's okay. It's all right. I'm going to go. I got an appointment with my hairstylist tomorrow. I'm going to go get trimmed up. I'm going to go get taken care of. I'm going to do a quick clean shave. I'm going to be ready for some Scream Talk tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central. Jamie Hart's in there. What's up, Des? What is up, Jamie? What's up, Jamie? How are you tonight? I know that we were supposed to do some Twin Peaks. I forgot I had these tickets to go see The Last Voyage of Demeter. Jamie, if you want to join the stream, I think I sent you a link in Instagram. Check your Instagram if you want to join some Saw Talk tonight, because I feel like this is going to be the regular weekly, and you are a Saw fanatic, and so is Marcus, and I would love to have both of y'all on here, because honestly, I think y'all are more in tune with the franchise than I am. So yeah, if you'd like to be a part of it, just let me know or check out that link and just join in. You come and knock on my door. Knock on my back door and I'll let you in. Dino, I am so down for this stream tonight. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm good. Awesome, Dino. Hang out with us. Let's have a good time. Some Scream, Halloween, and everything in between. And Saw is... honestly, I'm telling y'all right now, I have not been this excited for a Saw movie. And I don't know when, honestly. Like, it's been years. Like, I remember when Saw, the final chapter came out, I was just kind of like, eh. And then I remember when Jigsaw came out, and I was like, eh. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, eh. And then I saw Spiral, and I was like, that was kind of cool, but eh. You know, like I remember like figuring out Spiral before the movie even came out. I saw the trailer and I remember them like busting me out because like I mentioned something on Twitter and I was like, oh, it's this person. That's who it is. And they were just like, oh, somebody busted out and blah, 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 blah. No, I wasn't busting anything out. I wasn't trying to give away any spoilers. I was just assuming where the film was going to go. But with y'all acting like that, it confirmed it. Like, so you kind of busted yourself out. I was just kind of like making an observation and saying like, oh, it's got to be this person. So if you haven't seen Spiral, it's pretty easy to know from the trailer. Especially if you ever seen the movie Horns. Has anyone ever seen the movie Horns with Daniel Radcliffe? It's a whodunit. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that there because that's definitely a watch party in the future. Let's change up some of this music real quick, because I'm getting scared. Let me know if that's too loud. Do I need to turn it down or turn it up? Let me know in the comment section.
Can I ask you, was it something I did?
Yeah. All right.
Still I wonder, 'cause it isn't too clear.
Cody Ghostface says, hey, Destin and Chad, do you think we will finally see Amanda killing Adam in Saw X? We kind of saw it, Cody. We kind of saw it, but we didn't really see it. We didn't see it finish out. And that's the thing. There's a lot about this franchise that it's like, we saw something, but it doesn't mean it was finished out. And to answer your question, I don't think we're going to see Amanda killing Adam in Saw X. If anything, we're going to see someone intervening and stopping that from happening. Or we're not even going to touch on it at all, and we'll address it in a later Saw movie. I still think Amanda's alive. I still think Adam is alive. Think about it. That shot to the neck, you really think that took her out? Out of all of the killings in the Saw franchise, that was very tame. And there has been plenty of movies that characters have survived a shot to the neck. And honestly, speaking from me, my opinion, Amanda is still alive to today. And I think that part where she's pulling off her mask, she looks a little aged, but it's supposed to be like hinting at she's alive during Saw 1 and Saw 2, and they're bringing her back for that. And yes, they may be doing that, but I think they're toying with us. I think they're fucking with us. I think Amanda is still alive present day, and we're going to find that out in Saw X, at least by the end. Jamie Hart says, I noticed that you figured out how to simulcast with Marcus. Teach me. I want to simulcast Twin Peaks Thursday. Hey, Jamie, I will teach you my ways. I am your Obi-Wan. You are my Rey Skywalker, whatever, or Leia. Let's go with that. You're my Leia. I will show you how to do it. Yes, me and Marcus did figure it out. It's super awesome, and it's super easy. So, yeah, absolutely. We got to get up on that. And I got to catch up with Twin Peaks. What are y'all on, like episode 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that? Let me know. Jamie says, they already showed us in Saw 3. I know something. He's alive, but not me. Yep. Dino says, do you think that maybe the reason twists don't hit us hard anymore is because we are expecting it now? No, Dino. I would... If you asked me this question 10 years ago, I would say yes, I would agree with you. But no, I think the rest is lazy writing. I think it's all afterthoughts. I think it's all something that they were trying to connect the dots, but it just did not hit the audience like it should have. I think Saw 1 and Saw 2 are masterpieces. I think that they were just really smart writing, and they were fun. They had good characters. They had a good story. And I think just the rest after that was trying to match that magic. They were like lightning in a bottle. They were great. Ask me one day if Saw's better than Saw 2 or Saw 2 is better than Saw. I'll have a different answer every other day. They're both great. I look at them eye to eye, really. But nothing's really going to beat that first Saw and that first twist. And that's what I'm saying. Is like something's got to hit like that, because everything else is just, it's just not there. And we can expect a twist. Think about this, Dino. Movies that we watch and we know it's a whodunit, or we know it's a twist, or we know there's something coming. We know that with Saw, but we know that with other movies too. But at least they try. I feel like somewhere down the line with Saw, they kind of quit trying as hard, you know? So no, I don't think expecting it is diminishing the effect. I think they can still pull it off. They just got to get smarter. And hopefully this absence of the Saw films is going to bring that to us, you know? Hey, bud, send me a link. The other one isn't working. Oh, dang. Okay. Let me see real quick. Give me one momento, and I will make it happen, brother. You know, sometimes these things happen. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Let me know if that music is too loud or not. There you go, Marcus. I just resent it. Jamie, doing the same to you if you want to join. And if anybody wants to join any streams or build their channel, build their brand, or just do a watch along, or just live streams like this to bring more attention to your channel, or just to discuss it, consider becoming a member. Consider becoming a member at Destination Station, and we will make it happen. I am all about building and climbing together. That's how I'm feeling. So yeah. And I got somebody knocking at our front, not our front, but you know, maybe our back door. What door are you at? You at he's climbing through the side window. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, brother?
How you doing tonight, man? Sorry
Not too bad, man.
Didn't work.
Oh no, you're good, man. I actually caught a little bit of what you were saying. I'm glad you enjoyed that movie you went to go see.
Yeah, brother, man, I'm telling you, go see. If you're a horror fan, go see it. It's a good time. Know what you're getting into. You're not getting into any kind of B movie, campy, blockbuster type of stuff. Just know that you're going into something, and it's going to be a slow build to just creepiness. And
those are the best ones.
yeah, it took itself very, very seriously, and that's what I appreciated about it. It was like Alien on a ship, or
Okay.
I really, honestly, like, my wife kept saying it's like Alien on a ship. I'm like, I'm kind of getting the Thing vibes, like, just with some of the characters and stuff. Like, that's the vibe I was getting. Like, the first half of the movie, I was like, man, this is kind of cool. How the director is like dealing with the lighting and the storms and being out at sea. It seems like a really high budget movie, but it might not be. I haven't looked at the budget. It's good, man. It's good.
Okay.
It's definitely worth going
To give it a watch.
Give it a watch, man, because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I had some, let me just say, some obnoxious people in the crowd.
There's always going to be those few.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like distracting me just a little bit, and I'm just like, hey, look, this isn't your living room.
Right.
Respect everybody in here trying to watch the film. So after I said that, they shut up. So,
well, that's good. At least they had enough respect to dial it down. Some people would be like, oh, screw you, whatever, and stuff like.
Yeah, I was surprised because actually one of the guys that wasn't even like acting up, he came to me after the movie and was like apologetic, and I'm like, dude, it wasn't you. Like, you're good, man.
Right.
You don't apologize for them. You know?
Right.
But yeah, dude, you'll like it. The creature effects are great. I feel like they utilize special effects proper. They don't overutilize it. It starts off really, it feels like a period piece. It feels so, we need more movies like that. We don't get it often.
See, I was going to say,
come out like late 90s.
Okay. Oh shit. No, that's good. Because the late 90s was a good boom period. But like you said earlier, basically, like, you felt like this movie took itself, the creators took it seriously. And that's what we hope for with almost every horror movie.
Yeah.
That we, especially if they're going to market it as being serious, or as being a top-notch horror film, that's what we hope for with almost every one of them. Yeah, sure, we're going to get those slashers that we know it's campy, and stuff. But for the most part, when we get some of these, high-budget films, they don't live up to the expectation because it's like, okay, we're going to do these, we're going to do this, but then we're not going to add to it and not take it as seriously. So that's a good thing, man. And hopefully, that what they did with that film, that translates in horror even more, because we definitely do need more movies like that.
Yeah, they were definitely going for like a creature feature vibe.
Okay.
More than a Dracula type of movie. And that's what I was hoping to get, and I got what I was hoping for.
The creatures are making a comeback, man.
I love it, man. Like, I want my creature features to be taken seriously. I want them to bring some some great cinema. I don't want over the top, just goofy, bad CGI stuff. Like
Right.
I want give me like something. Put our characters in a situation and take itself seriously and being like, hey, this is a fight for survival. That's what I want. And that's what I kind of got. I mean, I can't complain. I did hear some younger audiences being like, man, that sucked. And I was like, no, it didn't suck. You were just probably bored. That's probably
Right.
why. It wasn't, it wasn't The Meg 2 or something like that. It was
Right.
it the way it's shot, it with the lighting and everything, the acting is great. And actually, man, it's kind of tragic. There's some tragic moments where you're like, I can't believe they did that. Like,
Man,
yeah,
that's what we hope for with stuff like Scream and all that.
yeah,
we want them to make it hurt.
yeah. And they did with this movie. And I think this script has been circling around Hollywood for years, and they just couldn't get anyone to. They had to like do some rewrites and keep trying to send it to folks. But like, I think it's based off the captain's log from like an old story, and you'll get that.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, because like you'll get a lot of stuff like where like it will just cut to like the captain like writing and being like, it's day so and so, and we're been out to sea at so and so, and so many people's died, and blah 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 blah. You'll get those kind of like transitions and stuff like that. But man, it's just so good. It's well acted. It's well executed. The filmmaker he did a phenomenal job. And this, I hope this movie is financially successful because there's so much they could do with this property. And it's been a long time that they've actually taken a Dracula property and took it serious. I haven't seen a Dracula movie taken this serious. It's almost like close to Nosferatu or something like that, And if they could just like keep that tone and give us a prequel and a sequel or whatever, man, I think they're golden.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny because to me, my favorite Dracula movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I feel like ever since then, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Dracula 2000 with a very young Gerard Butler, but it just, like you said, it's the taking itself seriously.
Yeah.
Ever since Bram Stoker's Dracula, for me, I just don't feel like any movies that are centered around the character actually turn out to be really serious. It kind of gets goofy. They go over the top with the whole aspect of him being a vampire. And especially in Dracula 2000, they made it more about, how can I say it? Like in Bram Stoker's Dracula, it was about, love and all that. But they did it right because it was a long built story.
Right.
In Dracula 2000, it was just like, okay, she has this connection to him, and I guess he's trying to turn her from what I can remember. And it just, everything seemed rushed. It was just, there was no real storytelling to it.
Yeah. And I want to, first off, before we even dive into that, I want to talk about Dino, the man. I shot him 6 times. Marcus, if you're not subscribed to I Shot Him 6 Times, do yourself a favor. If you like anything that is on my channel, just minuscule, you will love his channel because he puts out some awesome content. And me and Marcus are talking about launching our first podcast. So we have been doing saw-a-thons. We have been doing a lot of collaborations. So if you like anything on my channel, do yourself a favor and subscribe to Marcus. I will try to put a link in the chat if unless somebody beats me to it. I will do that ASAP. But Marcus,
I appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate
you on here, man.
Absolutely, man. It's always fun collabing with you, brother. I can't wait till we start doing a podcast, and that's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to come up with a lot of cool topic points for that. Like I always say, man, it's a great time to be a horror fan. There's a lot of good shit coming out.
Finally, finally.
Yeah, finally. You said that right.
It was few and far between for so many years, and it's just
I
like,
know.
finally, they're speaking my language.
Right. Speaking about speaking your language, I know this is supposed to be a Saul conversation, and I'm sure we'll get there, but I seen Jimmy Champagne do a video. I didn't get into the video, but I seen the thumbnail, and I guess the rumor is going around that New Line Cinema, I guess.
I already know where you're going.
With Freddie? Like, what's going on? I knew you had to dig into it. Like, what's going on?
I got a video dropping. I just had to. I don't like to jump on a topic before I know everything.
Right.
And I want to hear other people's thoughts on it first, because it's just kind of like, am I just talking about it because of the hype, or am I talking about it because I'm genuine? And out of anybody, that franchise, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, that's a special place in my heart. I love that.
In my opinion, that's your numero uno.
Yeah, it built me to the horror person that I am today. Like the horror fan that I am today. Like, Freddy was my Batman. So I do have a video dropping. I already have it recorded. I didn't watch Jimmy Champagne's, but I did see that he dropped something. But I have watched a couple other people's. New Line and Blumhouse is talking about it, but it is just rumors.
Yeah, it's just rumors.
It's nothing solid. And we have done this for 5 years now. And that's why I'm not trying to jump the gun, because I've jumped the gun and I've gotten people hyped about it before. And I don't want to get anybody hyped about anything. And I don't want to get myself hyped unless it's something solid. Like, until we get confirmation, then I'll be like, okay, we're on this. We got a finish line. We're on track now. We got some movement.
I will say this, and I don't know if you picked up on this or not, but ever since Cecil's fan film showcased at that, at that convention, ever since then, we've slowly but surely been starting to get some news on rumors about Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if executives like Blumhouse, New Line, if they saw how well that was received, and they're like, you know what, we got to get the ball rolling on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're already kind of late to the party. I'm going to say Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th are a little bit late to the party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, I'll put it this way, man, and I ain't trying to sit there and gas it up neither, but I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. And if there's one thing about New Line, and I think it's smart for Blumhouse to kind of go through them, is that the Craven Estates have a relationship with them.
Right.
So if anything is in talks, at the least, I can see, the Craven Estate, his family who's in charge of everything now and the rights. I can see them at...
What would Wes want?
Right. That's a good question, man. That's a really good question.
That's what I asked myself, and me and my wife were talking about it earlier, and she put it in perspective for me, and I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I really don't know how to start off this video. And she was just like, well, what would Wes want? And I'm like, that fucked me up. And I was like, now I'm more confused.
Right, exactly. I'll say this. I personally, because we got to think about this. He was still alive when 2009's remake came out.
Right.
And it didn't seem like he had any issue with it. He let them do their thing.
He didn't want to hate on it.
Right. He's
not a man of he's not a hater. That's not blood. He's
right. So I think if anything, even if he did not care for that remake, I think he would hope that if they're going to do another one and they're going to reboot this thing back up, they do it the right way and do it that mirrors his concept for the character and the directions he wanted to go.
Yeah, and I agree with that completely. I mean, yeah, they do have a history with New Line Cinema. Blumhouse does. I mean, I think Jason Blum is very aggressive about this. It's been for like 3 years now. And since the talk of the beginning of starting this trilogy of Halloween, they've talked about A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
But my only concern with that direction is that Jason Blum is about making a low budget horror movie into a high budget financial success. And I'm all about that. I love that. But I don't know if A Nightmare on Elm Street is the franchise to play with that with. Like,
no, it's not.
I feel like you got to go a little bit more high budget.
Oh, he's got to. There's no doubt. With all the special effects you need for that character, he has to do it. Yeah. He has to look at it like this. Okay, you spent $35 million on Halloween Ends. You did not get to where you wanted to go with that. You know what I mean? With Freddy, even if you spend a good $30 million on the budget off the top, you know you're going to turn an incredible profit because people, Nightmare on Elm Street fans, are clamoring to see Freddy Krueger back on the big screen.
Yeah.
So yes, he does like making low budget films. But man, all that money he got, he needs to bite the bullet a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the budget. If there's any franchise that he could like splurge a little bit,
it's that.
This is the one you got to take a risk with. This is the one that you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna front 70 million, 60 million. You know, double what you normally do with a high budget movie because you got Freddy. You got to do these dream sequences.
Yes.
You got to get the characters back. You got to build the lore because that's the one thing that I feel like that whenever they do reboot Freddy, they got to build this lore in the right direction because it's a little bit all over the place. So you got to get this on track to where it's like, okay, I can buy that from the past. Let's go from here. Let's build from this point forward. That's why I always thought it would be great to do a requel from the first movie, just like they did Halloween.
Yep, I agree.
Bring Heather Langenkamp back, but let's have it in a way kind of like the remake, or not the remake, the reboot of Candyman. Take a little bit of inspiration from that, and let's pass this torch, not the hook, but we're doing the glove, and let's build our new Freddy. But we also have Robert Englund for the first half of the movie, or at least till the climax. But it's filmed like the first film. He's in the dark. You can't see him really. You see it's Robert Englund beyond the makeup, but you don't get a full body shot. We don't do all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We see the claw. We still get the voice. And let's transition to our new Krueger. I actually have a pitch, and I've actually written half of a script of where I would want a reboot, requel of Nightmare on Elm Street to go. And I haven't finished it, but I know where I want to go with it. Man, if A Nightmare on Elm Street comes back, I'm telling you, because I even told Robert Englund, I was like, dude, you were my Batman. That was it. Hanging out with Robert Englund was the best night of my damn life, and I got lucky. It was it
was fate, bro. That's not luck. That was fate. That was meant to happen.
I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to meet him. I could never get in line. It got shut down every single time, even though I had VIP passes. And I was like, it is what it is. Next thing you know, I'm getting a whole night with Robert Englund, getting drunk with the guy. It was. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
I know I'm beating a dead horse here talking about, but I do. I fanboy over that shit.
Bro, that's not beating a dead horse. That's showing, how much you got love for that actor and for the character that he put forth on the big screen in this horror genre. Bro, listen, I don't care how many times I tell people how cool it was to meet Nick Castle or James Duke Courtney or David Arquette or any of them that I've gotten to meet. You know what I mean? It was that much of an honor and a privilege to get to meet these people, to even be in their presence, because I grew up watching these people through a TV screen.
Right.
Never in my wildest dreams that I think I would have access, to being able to meet them at a convention.
Right. Exactly.
And get the opportunity to possibly hang out. Like we got to hang out a little bit in Texas.
Yeah. Like pick their brain for a little bit and just like talk to them. Like what was your experience? And just for them to like treat you like you're a real person and you're not just somebody throwing $30, $60, $100 towards them for their 2 minutes of time. And that's how I felt. Like, I mean, like, Robert Englund's one of the most expensive horror icons that you could actually meet.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 4 hours for free, and I feel like I would pay him for that. I really would, but he didn't ask for that. He was just like acting like one of my boys. And another thing is like like maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I think it was about more like 2 months. I interviewed Nathan Basil, who was Leslie Vernon from Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Did you ever watch that movie? Behind the Mask? You've never seen Behind the Mask, Marcus?
No.
Holy shitballs. Okay. You gotta
now
see.
I want to watch it. I just like the name. It sounds intriguing.
Yeah. I actually brought Eric from Bearded Entertainment. Yeah, like I said, I know you're a big fan of this movie. I want to bring you on. Let's interview this guy together. And Nathan was cool with it if I added somebody else. And I was like, all right, well, let's, I knew that Bearded was a big fan. It's got Robert Englund in it, playing kind of a Loomis character. Like Dr. Loomis, like from Halloween. Yeah, he wears the trench coat. He's after a killer, and they're deconstructing horror movies. You've never seen this movie, Marcus. You never seen.
I should slap myself for not seeing this movie.
You've never seen, dude. I could have sworn you've seen this movie, Behind the Mask.
No, man. Oh, man. But you said Robert Englund has a Loomis vibe to him in this movie. He's rocking
who he is. That's who he is in the movie, is playing a Dr. Loomis character. He is on the trail of a killer, and he's wearing the trench coat. He is definitely trying to give off vibes of Dr. Loomis, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this now.
Dang, man. Like, I had no idea you've never seen this movie. You'll love it, bro. It's so good. It's definitely a movie that sticks with you, and you're like, man, I gotta watch that movie again. It's got Kane Hodder in it. It shows like the Nightmare on Elm Street house. It shows all kinds of stuff. They talk about horror movie icons. Anyways, I interviewed Nathan Basil on the channel, and he was talking to me about Robert, and I was talking to him about how I was going to go to a convention. I was going to try and meet him. I actually talked to Robert Englund about Nathan Basil. Nathan Basil is like an acting coach in New York right now.
Okay.
He quit acting in movies after that. So, and Robert Englund was just like, man, I wish Nathan would get back into acting. I feel like he has it. And I'm like, dude, you watch this movie, Behind the Mask. Nathan Basil definitely has it. He carried that entire movie. He had the comedy. He had the charisma. He had the horror. He had the sadisticness. I was like, man, this dude is the shit. Dude, you gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
It's a watch party we gotta do soon, man.
Wow. I can't believe I have not watched this yet.
It's even got the lady from the Poltergeist, like Carol Ann. You know that lady?
Man, I haven't watched that in so long.
The little short lady from the Poltergeist movie, she's also in it. Dude, I
gotta rewatch Poltergeist again. I can't remember it.
Man, dude, it's a horror movie's wet dream. If you like Scream, And me and Robert talked about this. He said, Destin, he like put his arm around my neck. He goes, Destin, let me tell you something. There's 3 movies that any horror fan needs to watch. And that's Scream, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon. And I was like, bro, yes, I agree with you. Like that's one thing that
it's a great. I mean, I didn't see the last one yet, but we're gonna watch it, and that's a great list, though. It sounds like.
Yeah, he said those are the 3 movies that you got to watch if you're a horror fan. You want to deconstruct the horror genre or be meta in any way. Those are the 3 movies that you need to watch. And I was like, man, I couldn't have said it better. Like you're absolutely right, Robert. Like it's yeah. I'm gonna shut up.
I gotta watch this.
I don't want to give
man.
anything else away. It's just so cool how it's like.
You know what else we gotta watch too? And I'm hoping that my app has it or whatever, and it should be out on like streaming or whatever anyway by now. But Natty Knox,
dude, I want to watch that too.
I know. It's been out for like the last couple of weeks. I just can't find exactly what streaming platform it's on.
And that's got
I think it's on Amazon. Amazon, it might be on. I think Vudu has it too.
Okay. Yeah, I need to watch that as well. Because that's got Robert and the lady from Insidious, right?
It's got Robert Englund, Bill Moseley, and Danielle Harris.
That's right, Danielle Harris.
And the kid who played in Free Willy.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that song Michael Jackson had for Free Willy?
Yeah, I forget. Hold on. Now we're looking up.
I almost said I could be your hero, but that's not it.
Hold on.
Enrique Iglesias.
How about that's Enrique? Yeah.
Jamie Hart always gives me stuff, and she says also shave that stuff. Yes, I'm going to shave it. Don't judge me. These are my bad days. Like I've had a long week at work, and I am just I'm just man. I'm being a caveman these days.
Will you be there?
Okay, how did that go? I'm just trying to remember how it went. It was like, could you be alone? No.
I think that's it. I think that might be it. Hold on.
I might not be saying the right words.
Hold on. No, if that's not it, I think that's from one of his songs when he sang to Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh, okay. Would you be alone?
Oh, yeah, I'm a Michael Jackson fan, man. So some of these lyrics I'll catch on to.
Man, Michael Jackson, man. Like, if I could pick anybody to see a concert from, I would, like, that would be it.
It kind of sounds like Hakuna Matata.
Wait a minute. You are not alone. I don't know the rest, man.
Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. Like I said, it kind of has like a Hakuna Matata feel to it, but I don't know what the hook is yet. It does.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. You never know what you're going to get on Destination Station. You might get some Hakuna Matata. You might get some MJ. You might get some
MJ. I will be there.
Yeah. We will.
Yeah, it's just
revert back to Saw X. I promise.
Yeah, it's just basically like I'll have to really break down the song or whatever to get the vibe of it. But like I said, like it sounds like it would be for a Disney movie or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like advertising the movie and my parents always like, hey, why don't you watch Free Willy? No, I want to watch Heavyweights. I want to watch The Mighty Ducks. I don't want to watch this bullshit about a well. Sometimes I'm like with my friends or something, and like somebody will give some kind of speech or something. And I'll go quack, quack, quack,
That's real shit.
quack.
Quack.
And everybody's like, what the hell? I'm like, dude, sorry, it made sense in my mind.
I know that's right. Holy shit. Quack.
You remember that from Mighty Ducks where they're just like,
Yes.
quack.
Hell
quack.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. My shit was Little Giants.
Oh, Little Giants, man. Spike don't care.
Yeah. Well, am I mistaken? Isn't that a girl?
Yeah.
Spike don't play with girls.
Spike don't care. Spike
Right.
don't do this. And so sometimes I
and-
tell my wife that too. I'm like, Spike don't care.
Remember, Devin Sawa was the quarterback.
Yeah, and I actually had Devin. So hold on one second.
Yep, go for it, buddy. Hey, what's going on tonight, everybody? As you know, I'm Marcus from my Shop 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. Hope everybody out there is having a great night tonight. Definitely glad to be here on Destination Station and enjoying this night with all you amazing people. I have not been really putting out content this week. I have actually been trying to get my merch store up there and all that stuff, trying to tinker with some things. What's it called? Teesprings has been giving me hell all week. So like, Destin, I don't know if you going to make any new merch here lately, but I don't know, man. Teesprings, like, they're being a little funky.
What they doing, man? I haven't really messed with them since back in the day. I've just kind of like left stuff alone.
Right. So, all right. So the merch I have or whatever on my channel, it's all merch that basically it's the logos and stuff I get from Canva and all that stuff. That's where I found everything or whatever. No problem. They let me make it with that. Well, now I tried to, I told you earlier, I was trying to do this cartoon design for Charlie Walker or whatever and stuff like that. Had the whole thing set up, had an airplane set up behind it, like basically everything from my Canva studio that I used before to make merch that worked. Now they're trying to say it's copyright. And I'm like, how? I pay for the licenses. Like, I pay for Canva. That allows me to use it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Teespring is just starting to give me the vibe that the only type of merch you can do, unless it's, I guess, from their library of designs they have or whatever, the only type of things you can do is, like, put words on a shirt.
Yeah, I don't really know, man, because I was actually gonna, because I've rebranded. I've got new stuff on my channel lately. I got some new stuff coming out. I was actually gonna be upping my merch here soon, but I'm just gonna let you know this. I got a guy that lives actually down the street from me, and he is one of the owners of Printful.com.
Oh.
And he actually offered me a job doing some of his coding on the website and stuff like that. But I haven't accepted or anything like that. But his daughter is a friend of my daughter's, and we got to talking. But it is similar to Teespring. You can go to Printful.com right now. They got similar stuff. I thought about messing with them and kind of putting that on my channel.
Because we can have multiple stores.
Yeah, you can. But as far as like, I've never had anything like saying like what you're saying, like
oh yeah.
And I'll put some Stu Mocker stuff out there. I put like, watch a few movies, take a few notes. It was fun, and I put hashtag Stu Lives on the back,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, words and stuff like that, I don't think they care. But it's like actual like designs, like the actual like if I use like a character or an avatar,
you doing
or
PNG?
something. Yeah, PNG, JPEG, all that, and they will not accept it. Like, I tried. I of course I knew it was going to happen, but just to try it, I actually used Rory Culkin's face. I knew that wasn't going to work, so then I took it off. Got a cartoon avatar that kind of favored him. Even put some fucking sunglasses on the board just to, spruce him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro.
Shoulder me.
Yeah, right? Bro, I had it all looking crispy, did the back and everything. I listed it. a couple minutes later it said, "Oh, your listing has been disabled for copyright."
Man.
And I'm like, "What? How?" I'm like, if that's the case, then the merch I have is copyrighted then too, because it came from the same place.
man,
Make it make sense. Like,
yeah, that's crazy, dude. I
don't know.
What if you, like, right back there, if you can see where my thumb is right there, I got the
Yeah.
Schumacher sweater, and I got the little thing. I wonder if you put that on and then like try to make a photo of it, because honestly, like,
Oh, you just got to buy the licenses, man. That's it. Like, if you want to use like their face and their likeness, you just got to buy the license.
yeah,
And there's multiple platforms to where they offer it. Some are cheap, some are expensive as hell. Like this one guy, he wanted for a Charlie Walker photo, well, for Rory photo, he wanted just $12 for the photo alone. But for like a whole like 3 bundle set, he wanted $175.
wow.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, how the hell do you go from $12 just for one to $175 for 2 more? You know, like, but
Man.
I'm gonna figure it out. But I definitely do know that if I want to use their likeness, I'm just gonna have to buy the license.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way that, like, with Canva, if one of us bought the professional subscription, you know what I mean?
I have that.
Oh, I wonder if like we could share it, you know, like instead of like having like an extra user on it, instead of like,
Oh yeah, you can.
paying.
It's just like with StreamYard, you can create a team.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it has all that on there.
Where we just like share it all. And it's just
That'd be
kinda-
perfect, especially for the podcast.
Yeah, and like saving money for both of us. Like,
Yeah.
like, I buy this, you buy that, and then we
Right.
just like share all the bells and whistles, you know?
Right, man. That's a good point.
Yeah. Jamie says Horns is fantastic. I'd love to watch that again. Love how they use David Bowie heroes in that movie. Have you seen Horns? No, you haven't seen Horns.
No, I
knew
feel like
before
I
you
have.
did.
I feel does it have Scout? There's a movie out there with Scout Taylor Compton.
Nope.
It's not it. All right. I don't know which. I know for a fact that there's like people standing outside of her house and they have these like fucking deer horns on, these masks or whatever. So that's what I instantly thought of.
This is Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter.
Okay, I've heard of it, but I didn't watch it.
It's a whodunit as well.
Oh.
It's a better movie than it should have been. And I was like, this is a good damn movie. Why isn't this getting the recognition that it deserves?
Because usually the really good ones never do.
Because I mean, it's kind of wild. You know, this guy wakes up with horns and he can like touch you and see all your sins that you've ever done. So he's trying to figure out who killed his girlfriend. But everyone's looking at him like he killed his girlfriend. It's a cool movie, man. It's one of those movies that's like really damn cool. And I'm like, it should definitely get more recognition than it deserves.
He should definitely be in more horror movies because Daniel Radcliffe has the look for a horror movie.
He does, man. I would love to see him in a Scream or a Saw movie.
What?
Man, like, give us like as much like I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan, but like Daniel Radcliffe's a good damn actor.
Oh, he's a great actor.
And he's been trying to break out of that character. It's just you gotta realize
everybody
how
will always
hard
know
it
him as Harry Potter.
is. Right. Exactly.
I mean, I remember when he came out with the movie and I saw him, I said, damn, he looks just like the fucking kid on the book. Like, he looks just like him. It's hard to get that out of your head.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, but honestly, he's really good. Have you ever seen the movie Guns Akimbo?
Not Guns Akimbo, but I've seen Guns.
I think this was Daniel Radcliffe, but he had like guns like stapled or nailed into his hands.
Mm.
And it also has Samara Weaving in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, and it's like bonkers. Like he's having to kill people. Samara Weaving's having to kill people. Honestly, I feel like I'm giving it like not the best respect because the movie it was a lot of fun. Not horror. It's not horror. It's more action
Okay.
type stuff. But it's definitely a lot of. It's a good time. It's a bloody good time. That's another movie. I was just like, he picked some wild projects to be a part of, like Horns, like Guns Akimbo, and it's like, man, he's really trying to be as unique as possible, and I definitely like respect that. I respect it 100%. Jamie Hart said, "Hell yeah, teach me why Obi-Wan Kenobi." Yeah, so she was talking about earlier about how me and you are
About the cast. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that when I came in. Yeah.
yeah.
We could definitely school you, Jamie.
Yeah. We'll definitely. You ain't going nowhere. We're gonna help you out.
Actually, like I said, or whatever. So next week, Jamie, when we do Twin Peaks, or whatever, all I have to do is right there, right before we go live, is just basically press the on button, and basically what it does is it allows me to stream my guests on their channel as well.
Yeah.
So it's not as difficult. It really isn't. It's actually just like a quick slide with the button.
Once you figure out and you set it up, it's easy peasy.
It really is.
Yeah. And it really is something that me and Marcus kind of just stumbled upon, really.
Well, I think I'm going to say, you mentioned something about, basically that icon being on there. And then, like, we just really slowly but surely worked our way into learning more about it. And once we really focused in on it, it was just like, oh, this shit's easy.
Yeah.
It's super easy. It's not tedious at all.
They don't advertise it like out there like, hey, blah 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 blah, like YouTube does.
Right.
It's kind of like it's subtle. You got to kind of figure it out for yourself.
Right.
So it's kind of like I am subscribed to StreamYard's YouTube channel. I don't know if you are, but I subscribe to them just to know like whatever updates they come up with and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's cool.
StreamYard on air.
Marcus, y'all are on 4 and 5?
Huh?
Y'all are on Twin Peaks 4 and 5?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only watched the first episode.
Yeah, we did 2 and 3 last week, and I'm about to say, I think you were busy last Thursday, or whatever.
Oh, I had family members in town.
Yeah, that's right, or whatever. So, if anything, I mean, shit, and even, if you want to hang out and watch episodes 2 and 3 or whatever, we could just do like a private stream and catch up with it. But yeah, man, catch episodes 2 and 3, and then we're gonna pick up on 4 and 5. Then
I'm down with that, man, because I'm definitely intrigued. It's a series I've always wanted to dive deep into. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like I said, shit gets weird, but I like it. It's good. It is
Cody
good.
Ghostface says, "Am I the only one who has to wear socks while watching Saw movie? If you know, you know." Okay, so we're veering back into some Saw talk. I'm pretty sure he's talking about like Adam or like whenever
Gordon and Matthews. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Marcus, what do you think? Or do you think that we are going to get something present time? This is a big question that a lot of people are messaging me about. And I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to your message. I will. But I have had so many people sending me. This is set between Saw 1 and 2, correct?
Yeah.
So why are we talking about present time? Do you think we are going to get anything from present time to where we are right now with the Saw franchise? Or do you think it's just going to be strictly set between Saw 1 and 2. And I'm talking about, like, if it's the beginning of Saw, an opening scene, or like an ending scene, like we show where we're at today. Or do you think Saw X is like closing the book?
See, I don't want to say it's closing the book on the Saw franchise because they have made it clear that they, especially if this does well, that they want to do more. This will be the closing of the book for John Kramer, even though I struggle to really believe that. And I'm actually going to do a video discussing why. But I do think we're going to get a finale that it's not going to be in present time, but there's going to be some things revealed that we could segue into another movie that people like who we think are dead maybe aren't dead after all and are actually accomplices that could be carrying the legacy in another movie and stuff. Because the way I look at it is like this. How does the bathroom fit into this?
Exactly.
You know, like how does the bathroom fit into this? And I also say that because when you watch the trailer and you see when you see John putting together that trap, it's dated 11/7. That's 2 or 3 weeks after the bathroom trap happens, because the bathroom trap happens in October. So how does the bathroom trap come into play and why? That's the biggest thing. Why? Why are we going back to the bathroom? You know, so I think we're going to get a reveal of some sorts, even if it's not like, I want to say, even if it doesn't show like, oh, modern day 2023, we're going to get a reveal of sorts that maybe there is another accomplice that they're going to end up exploring or at least tying into all the other sequels that we could explore in another movie. So I do think we're going to get a reference to something in the future, or at least something that's going to show us they're going to make more Saw movies for the future. But in terms of actually having, you know, Saw X be set at any point in time in present day, the only way I see that happening is if, and I'm just going to come out and say it, the only way I see that happening, the only way I see it happening is if they reveal that Adam is actually alive, and the ending, the legit ending of the movie, after showing whoever this new guy is who's portraying a younger Adam, which his name is Tommy Crowder, if they reveal that Adam is alive, at the very end, we're going to do a fast forward to Lee Winnell as Adam today, and then maybe he snaps a picture, and then the end cut is cut.
Dude, that would be fucking sick.
Bro, like I envision that for his return.
Fuck.
I think it would be too, man. And it's just that bathroom. That bathroom is the key, you know, to me.
Well, do you not think that this would be the cheap approach, right? Is if there was a twin brother approach with the Tobin Bell and Jigsaw thing. I always, for years, I thought they're going to retcon that with the twin brother aspect some way, somehow, but they never did. Now I think it's too late in the game, honestly, for me, but it doesn't mean that they won't do that.
See, that's an interesting question. And the reason why that's an interesting question is I think a lot of people forget about this. We know John Kramer has a sibling. How we know he has a sibling because it's in Jigsaw. Remember that black kid with the motorcycle? He sold that motorcycle to John's nephew.
I don't remember shit, dude, because I haven't watched Jigsaw.
Years,
and that's the next thing on the Saw-a-thon.
Yes,
on Spiral.
So that's something you are going to catch in that movie. Is one of the test subjects from the original game sold John's nephew a faulty bike that resulted in his death. So that right there tells you that John Kramer has family. That was close by.
Damn, dude. Like, I'm ready to watch this movie. When are we watching this?
Sunday night.
I'm ready to watch
Sunday.
it now, man.
I know, man. I know.
Oh man, because I swear to God, I don't remember. I remember the ending of
Right.
Jigsaw. I don't remember shit else, man. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad we're rewatching these because, like, the lore is so damn good.
It is,
I just don't
man.
want them to mess it up because I mean, like, you bring Saw X back. Okay, X marks the spot, right?
Mhm.
They have to hit. They have to hit what the first two movies did. You know, it can't.
But see,
be,
and they did say that they're going back to their roots in terms of that. With a lot of people, because a lot of fans love the first two more than any other sequel in the franchise.
yeah,
They said that they definitely, especially with the cinematography,
right.
they said they went back in that direction. But I don't know if it's going to be a good thing. I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing. We'll have to find out once we get there. But Kevin Gruder said that John Kramer is the hero, quote unquote, in this movie.
I
And
believe
that we are going to see a more human side of John Kramer than focusing on the Jigsaw serial killer. And
he's gonna be the main character, I think.
right. And it's not that I have an issue with that. My thing is this. When you go back and watch all the other movies, I'd like to think we already have that in us. We feel sympathy for this guy. You know what I mean? We feel for him. How much more are you going to make us feel for him than we already do?
Right.
And that's where I think it could get a little risky. I think what they're going to touch on, and I think it would be an okay thing to do, especially if you're trying to really showcase what his method is about. They're going to show that regardless to what he's doing, he always kept his humanity intact. You know, we even heard it in Saw 3 when Hoffman dumps Timothy's body on the ground out of the wheelbarrow. He says, that's a human being right there.
Yep.
Do you like how brutality feels, Mark? That tells me he's never lost touch with his humanity, as opposed to all the other Jigsaw killers except for Gordon. Gordon is the only one who really followed his method, if you think about it, because Gordon left Hoffman in that bathroom alive. Yeah, did he take the saw away from him and throw it in the hallway? Sure.
3D,
But
3D style.
right, yeah. But that toilet seat lid was still there, the same one that Eric Matthews used.
Yeah.
So Hoffman still had a great chance to get out. He would have had to endure some grueling punishment, but that's nothing new to him. But out of all of his disciples, out of Shank and Spiral, Logan, Hoffman, Amanda, they lost sight with humanity because their traps all became about just blatant revenge. It wasn't about giving a test subject a chance. And I think that's what they're going to try to hammer home more than anything with the John Kramer character, as opposed to his disciples or those who come after him, is that regardless to how much you can say you're carrying on the John Kramer legacy, you're really not, because you still have to have that humanity in you like he did.
Yeah, because there was a purpose.
Right.
It was all from a dark place. Him,
Yes.
it was all from a purpose, and their purpose was just like, I just want to see people suffer.
Right.
And that's the thing, like with this one, like, I know I've put out theory videos about how it may be Hoffman watching Daniel getting hung, because I mean Daniel's just missing at this point.
Right.
I mean, really. But then I saw the behind the scenes stuff. A lot of people pointed out that there is some behind the scenes of John Kramer being in that bathroom wearing a similar attire. And I'm like, good point. I saw that, but I didn't take it into accountability. And I'm sorry for that. Right now I'm sorry for that. And taking
happens, bro. Shit.
taking that into accountability, I'm like, well, what if it's actually Hoffman getting hung? What if it's Jigsaw killing Hoffman and bringing Amanda in, and he's kind of like, you're supposed to be dead, you know, and they're hanging Hoffman. They're like, this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
I mean, I actually think you were onto something with the John Kramer coming into Amanda while she's trying to kill Adam.
Yeah, I think there is an intervene. I think there's because we did not see him die. We saw her do it,
right?
But we didn't see her actually kill him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I really think that there's a moment that there is a intervention. There's a moment that someone, whether it be John Kramer or whoever, come in to intervene and being
right,
like, stop, and pulling off the bag. Same thing with Amanda. You think about all the kills that have happened throughout the Saw franchise. The shot to Amanda's neck is pretty fucking tame compared to a lot of other deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Is that suffice? Is that for that character? Do you really think that is what should take her out, or should it be something more sadistic? You know, like
that's a good question.
Because it seems quick. It seems it seems very quick. It seems like, no, this, forgive me, this bitch should be put in another trap, in the worst damn trap, and suffer and have the worst outcome, not just a shot to the damn neck. If you wanted to kill that character, you should have shot her in the fucking forehead.
Right. I agree. You know, especially to finish her off, you know. No, I agree. That shot to the neck was very quick. And for all we know, the bullet could have went in and out, and she instantly started to put pressure on her. You know, so I mean, it's possible, man. I wouldn't be against that. I do think one thing is going to be interesting to look out for in Saw X is the dynamic between Hoffman and Amanda. Are they going to change anything about that dynamic?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to make it more, like, are they going to make them more buddy-buddy?
You might feel different.
Right.
I want Amanda to kill the fuck out of Hoffman.
Damn, man.
On that note, I'll be right back. Here's your thoughts, and I'll be right back.
Damn. Destin don't like Hoffman. Val don't like Hoffman. It's okay. I like Hoffman. He's cool. But like I was saying, guys, I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to definitely see something interesting happen between Hoffman and Amanda. I don't know what that is yet, but I think there's going to be a certain dynamic there that might be different from previous films' dynamic. I'm interested to see if there is a brewing rivalry. Like, are we going to start to see the rivalry take place? You know, maybe at first they were cool with each other. But then once Amanda started seeing Hoffman for who he was, and Hoffman started seeing Amanda for who she was, maybe this disintegration slowly starts to take place. It's going to be interesting. That's a dynamic I think we should be paying attention to in that film, especially if we get a lot of Hoffman and if we do get a lot of Amanda. See, I will say this. I think the first half of the movie is going to be all about John. And it's going to be giving us the deepest backstory, or at least inside of his mind, it's going to be the deepest we're ever going to go with this character. And I think that you have to have his wife, Jill Tuck, be a part of that. Because she was a part of that process of seeing him slowly disintegrate into madness. But I definitely do think that the first half of the movie, I have a feeling that Saw X, much like the original film, is going to be a very slow burn. It's going to be a nice slow burn. And then once, these fucking resident fuck knuckles who are pretending to be doctors, chip him out of 250,000, that's when my boy says, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to go, get my revenge and teach you fools a lesson. But I definitely do think the first half of the movie is going to be more of a personal and an emotional connection with John Kramer in the audience.
Yeah, I
like
do
they're
too.
going to make us feel this shit.
Yeah, I think like John Kramer is going to be like the main character of this one. And this is like its ultimate way of saying goodbye. And there's a moment in the trailer, and I wish I could bring it up right now. I don't have it on my PC right now, but where he's hugging someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's near the end of the movie where he's
Yes.
like, take on my legacy, do this.
Right.
Or blah, 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 blah. I guess this exposition. And we understand the rest of the franchise, but we also pivot. I think we're going to pivot from Saw 2. Like everything is still canon. It might be a requel, but I think everything is still going to be canon, but we're going to pivot. Like, who knows? After the events of Saw 3, there could have still been a timeline of what Amanda is doing. Like,
oh yeah,
this entire time. Or we might just jump back to present time and being like, this is where we're at. Like, honestly, like my theory is that moment we get in the trailer where Amanda like is taking off the pig mask, they're toying with us because it's between Saw 1 and Saw 2. That's what it's supposed to be. Obviously, we all looked a little bit more aged. They're not de-aging any of these characters.
right.
So, I honestly think that shot of Amanda is present time. I don't think it's between Saw 1 and Saw 2. I think
That's
we
interesting.
I think we will get some Amanda between Saw 1 and Saw 2, but I think that they're making us think that why put all your eggs in one basket? Why are they showing us all the twists in the trailer? We got Hoffman's voice, we got Jigsaw back, we got Amanda demasking.
Right.
What else is up their sleeve? What ace do they have up their sleeve to show us?
Well, see, I think it's this too, though. It's because, especially if you're a diehard fan of the franchise and stuff, I think the reason why they did that in the trailer is because we already knew that Shawnee was back. We knew that.
Yeah.
So there wasn't no surprise there. I think what was a little bit surprising was that they went back to her old school look with the short hair.
Yes. And I took that in consideration. I'm not going to lie. I took it in consideration.
And I think you might be onto something with maybe, man, that's interesting because what if, right? What if, because they make it seem like when she takes off the mask, she is standing in front of that doctor in her car.
Yeah.
But what if that's not the case? What if she's actually going to take Daniel Matthews or whatever in that moment.
Yeah.
And then like they could do something. They could do something like in between as well, because we don't know how many other games like John trained her for.
Right.
You know, they said
the first. She was the first.
No, Logan was the first.
Well, yeah.
But to us, the audience,
I can't buy it yet. I can't buy it. I still feel like Amanda's the first.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. I don't
Because she was the first one revealed.
Right.
Yeah, she was the original disciple who was revealed. So I definitely get that. Man, I don't know. That would be nuts if they were to do something present day with Amanda.
Like an after credit scene, or maybe the last 5 minutes of the film, like jumping it.
Well, we get this shot. Did you see that image on Twitter where she's outside of it looks like a convenience store and there's like a building with graffiti behind her and shit? And she looks like she's getting into a car.
No. I saw
Hold
that.
on.
Yeah, send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to your Instagram right now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Now, did you also catch that there are 3 different pig face masks, possibly 4? Did you catch that in the trailer?
No, man, you're schooling me right now. No.
All right, so when you see,
But
I just thought about this while I was fucking while I'm about to spit this out.
like,
Okay. So we see Amanda with her pig face mask or whatever. If you look closely, the nose on her pig face mask is really like narrow. There's another pig face that looks like they're rising up out of something, and I think it's the bathtub in the bathroom or whatever, because of the way they rise up, and that pig face mask is like old and worn out. It's kind of got some grunge on it. It's got some tears into it and stuff. And then in the hallway scene where that doctor gets attacked by the pig face that was coming behind him, when you slow it down and you freeze it, the pig face mask, the eyes on that bitch is bigger than both of those previous pig face masks that you see in the trailer. The one that Amanda's wearing, it's different, and the other one, that mask where that person, when the pig face has the spear, that mask, if you look at it, those fucking eyes on that mask is huge compared to the other ones. Like, you can tell there's a distinct difference with that pig face mask. But damn, I just thought about that. I think I'm gonna have to also check the trailer out and send you the timestamp so you can see when that pig face is rising up, because I think that pig face is rising up out of the bathtub.
Damn, man.
Yes, I just thought about that because
Okay, so do you think that this bathroom setting, do you think it takes place at the beginning or the end of Saw X?
End. You gotta have it at the end. It has to me, it's like this. I wouldn't be totally mad if it's at the beginning, but I feel like it'd have to be at the end, because if he's doing that sketch and it's after the events of Gordon and Adam's game, and he's doing that sketch at a later date, I'd have to believe that the events that are taking place in the bathroom again, and we obviously have new people in this bathroom, I would like to think that, it would have to be the end of the movie. If you do something now, unless you're going to have it at the beginning, but whoever is hanging up there like that, they don't reveal it until the end. They don't reveal who that is.
What if that scene isn't even in the movie? If they're just fucking with us?
Oh, if they do that shit, I'm going to be a little salted.
Me too.
Because it's like, why do all that? You know what I mean? Like I get it. There's going to be scenes that get cut from the movie. I get it. That's one of the scenes that should not, especially when a lot of your promotion has been Tobin standing in that bathroom.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you got to give us something.
And, I mean, they're really hammering in that Amanda is alive, and we get.
Oh yeah,
we've seen it. Okay, cool. But that's what I'm saying. It's like Amanda is alive between Saw 1 and 2, or is Amanda alive present
right?
day? And
This is what you're gonna. I think you're gonna say the same thing about John Kramer after you watch Jigsaw.
I need to watch it, man, because
I'm not going to tell you anything
that's the
else.
one that I don't remember hardly shit about. I think that's the first one that I never went to the theaters to see. I even went to the theaters to see Spiral, but I never went to the theaters to see Jigsaw.
Yeah, I didn't go to see Jigsaw neither. I waited for DVD release or streaming release at that time because I just knew something just felt off. Because I was just like, right. I'm like, well, hold up. This motherfucker's dead. How are you bringing him back? You know what I mean? Like, and then they in so many ways they tried to do a requel / prequel, but it's like they did a prequel and a present day in the same film.
Right.
And when I go back and rewatch it, I actually don't mind it. The way they did it was actually pretty fucking clever. And it all did make sense. But there are still things about that movie where I'm like, okay, you definitely just try to force Tobin Bell back into the franchise. You did.
For a cash grab. That's what they did.
Yes, the cash grab.
And,
yes.
But everything that we were thinking and we were hoping for didn't come.
Right.
And that's why I'm kind of hesitant with Saw X, but you're putting Saw X on the title. You got to have something up your sleeve. You got to have something special to pivot from. You can't be another Jigsaw.
Right.
You gotta be something that we can build upon. We can be on like, okay, goodbye, John. We love you, and we're going in another direction.
I just sent that to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just really think that. Yeah. I know this image. Yeah.
Like it's weird because the setting is completely different than the setting we see her in the trailer.
Yes, absolutely. And that was, I've made this point. I made a theory video a few days ago about this. That's why I think that, like, I would be more prone to this image that you just sent me being between Saw 1 and Saw 2. But the one that we got originally in the original trailer of her pulling off her mask and she's a little aged, that's present day Amanda. And I know that you could say, hey, they're aged, but they're not de-aging them, but blah, 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 blah. But what if they're fucking with us with that? What if they're, because, I mean, come on, they're two different color tones. They're two different type of styles of shots. I think it would be really smart to be in like, yeah, Amanda's back because this is set between Saw 1 and Saw 2. But when we find out at the end, she survived Saw 3 and she's still alive to today. I mean, honestly, you pick anybody throughout the franchise besides Dr. Gordon. I really don't think that he was going to have much of anything of an impact on the franchise because he's already blew his load.
Yeah.
For the franchise with Saw the Final Chapter.
Right.
I really think Amanda is your best bet. Adam is your best bet. Daniel is your best bet. Logan, you could have him, but I don't think he's your best bet.
I'm about to say, if that's the case, Logan would have to be present day.
But I feel like Logan should get killed by Amanda.
Okay.
Maybe I'm being an Amanda fanboy, but I feel like she should kick some ass.
No, I mean, I definitely get it. I wouldn't mind her being alive. I'll say this much. If she's alive, then John Kramer's still alive.
Wow. You think,
Yes.
You think present day, if Amanda is alive, John Kramer is too, even after that brain surgery?
Yep. And when you watch Jigsaw, you'll understand.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
When you watch that fucking movie, you understand. And there's something there, man, bro. I don't know, man. Listen, just watch especially the end of Jigsaw. There's a certain part in the end of Jigsaw. When you're done with that movie, you're going to be like, wait a minute. So I'm going to say, man, I can't wait till we fucking watch it, man.
Man, I can't either, man, because I'm trying to think back to that movie, and I can think bits and pieces, but I can't. Maybe 10% of that movie I can remember. I can't remember the rest of it, and that's because that was the first movie that I did not go to theaters to see. I did not invest,
Right.
That was the first movie. It was like it could be a straight to Netflix movie or something, and I was so off of it. It could have been a made-for-TV movie, but I'm very intrigued.
I will say this: I think after you're done watching it, I think you'll like it more than maybe when you first watched it the first couple times, because that's what happened to me.
I did. I can tell you right now, my feelings of where I'm at. I know I didn't hate it,
right?
Because that's a feeling that that you remember. You're like,
yep,
that was some fucking bullshit. That was I don't ever want to see that shit again.
Right.
I don't feel that, so I can't say where my feelings lay with it. So I definitely need to see it through different lenses. I need to see it now. What year did Jigsaw come out?
2017.
Okay.
See, but and I'll give this away because I think you're going to end up feeling the same way when you're done with the movie anyway. A lot of people give the movie shit for the timeline not adding up because of Logan's dialogue or whatever. Because he says 10 years ago, I left the war a broken man or whatever. So if you're counting it in terms of when Jigsaw came out, 2017, 10 years would be 2007, whatever, John Kramer was already dead. But what a lot of people aren't looking at it is from this perspective. The movie itself, the timeline of events could be taking place in 2014, which would line up with the 10 years with Logan being Jigsaw's first accomplice because he left for war right before Amanda's trap in 2004. And that took place in May of 2004. When John abducted Amanda and placed her in that trap, that was in May of 2004. Logan, Logan literally left for the war right before that.
Okay, I keep hearing about this war. I can't put it. I can't.
War. He was
it because I haven't watched Jigsaw. I mean, I have, but I can't remember.
Yeah, they basically give you little details or whatever. They say he was in a war in Fallujah for like 2 years, and then he was actually they actually captured him there, and they basically had to broker a deal to get him back or whatever. But he was captured in the war in Fallujah or whatever. But apparently he was like a badass motherfucker because
Logan wasn't like Wolverine Logan.
No, he kind of looks like Hoffman, just a little bit smaller and with shorter hair.
Man, I promise you, like I know that I know you love Hoffman, and Hoffman was good for what he served. But man, that motherfucker needs to die and let's move on or go back. I feel like he is Amber Freeman from the Scream series.
You gonna disrespect him like that?
Look, I'm gonna put both these bitches. I'm gonna put both of these bitches side by side on a picture, and look, they're both gonna look like this. Look. They're both gonna look like this. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
Oh.
Some salty ass, like, what the fuck? You just ate a fucking jar of fucking dill pickles.
No, that is one thing I will give you. Hoffman always did have that face like he was always in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Like he always had that look when he's like he's got the wrinkle in his face, but he's like purposely trying to push out his lips for some reason. Like
look. His acting goes as far as like this to I tilt my head and I look like this. And that's as far as it goes. I mean, like, he was good for like the first maybe 2 twists, man, but like I feel like he overstayed his welcome. That's
well, no, that was, and I feel like that was the whole point was, and you heard that in Saw at the beginning of Saw 4 and at the end of Saw 3 when he's listening to his tape. Even John Kramer basically says that. He said, "You think you will go untested? You think just because I am dead that basically you're untouchable?" Because he did start to think that. You know, he started to think he was untouchable.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff. And I think personally, that was a great way to slowly but surely show that in 3 movies. I liked it.
You know what I think?
What?
I think the perfect way to start off Saw X. I'm sorry, dude.
Just killing Hoffman.
It's killing Hoffman at the Kill that motherfucker brutally. Hang him. If that's him hung, kill that motherfucker. When he falls, put him in a bear trap. Put him in every trap that we see,
bro.
and let him get twisted up and gutted. I don't give a damn, dude. Like, Hoffman, thank you for your service.
Well, I hate to tell you this, my friend, but I mean, unless they retcon some shit, my boy ain't going nowhere.
I know.
Nowhere.
I know. And man, I just like, okay, I feel like there's so many. It might be a personal thing because I feel like there's so many missed opportunities. Like as far as what was her name? That was Daniel Matthews' friend, the girl that got killed in like Saw 3 or 4.
Are you talking about Detective Matthews? Is the other detective?
The girl,
Allison Carey.
Yeah. I feel like she didn't get her shine. I would love to like Daniel Matthews and her. And
there's rumors of her cameoing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, there's been, bro. And if you slow it down to when that person is taking John Kramer's picture off that board, which looks like a police board, that's a female's hand, bro. That ain't Hoffman's hand. I know a lot of people thought that was Hoffman because they heard the voice. Nah, that's a female hand, bro. You can tell by the nails.
That's because it's Amanda.
You think she's the one pulling his picture off the board?
Man, I don't know. I haven't seen this picture. I haven't seen this. I have to see it. I have to re-see it.
Yeah, you got to rewatch the trailer. All right, so remember, the part in the trailer where we hear Hoffman's voice, and he said, out of all the people you try to cheat, you cheat John Kramer. And in the scene, you see somebody's hand pulling Kramer's picture off of the board.
Yeah.
And it shows how much money they got him for. And all the other people. If you look at
the female doctor,
huh?
You don't think that's the female doctor?
I don't, because the only reason why I say I don't believe it could be, but I don't think it is because that looks like a police board. All the victims that they ripped off are on that board.
Okay.
And stuff. So, I mean, I could be wrong. That could be very much that doctor's board. You know, she's got a whole she keeps tabs of how many people she ripped off, but I don't know, man. I'd like to think she was keeping that shit kind of secret.
David Banks, all the way from Facebook, said, "What's up, bro? I miss you, man. I miss you too, David. What's up, buddy?" Yeah, David is a good friend of mine.
Nice.
I haven't seen him in some years. We used to work together. He's a Memphis police officer now.
Nice.
I say that right now, but yeah. We've always been friends. Good guy, really good guy.
What's up, David?
Jamie Hart says, "Well, my dad used to say that the reason he had one girl and 3 boys was because when I was conceived, he was wearing socks. He thought the socks was the difference." Okay. That changes the game.
Oh shit, that was good.
I don't know. That's awesome. Dino says, "Yeah, legit, one of the best duos on YouTube." Yeah, me and Marcus, man. Like,
I appreciate that, man.
yeah, I do too. I really do too. I think like back in the day, like maybe what was it, like a year and a half ago?
Bro, yeah, it's already been like a year and a half, man.
Yeah. Well, like we were like, man, we have similar taste. We understand each other. Like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy. Absolutely.
Thank you, Dino. Really appreciate that. Jamie says, "When there is obnoxious peeps in the theater, it's open season for plugging them in the back of the head with junior mints." Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking junior
sometimes
mint.
you just have to be blunt with them sometimes. Like honestly, like I just looked over at it and I said, "Hey, this isn't your living room, right? So let's be respectful of everybody else that's in this theater." And he's like, "Oh, we are." And I'm like, "Okay." And honestly, I didn't hear a freaking peep out of them for the rest of the damn movie, but they were definitely the crowd that was like about to disrupt the entire experience. Cody Ghostface says, "Y'all gonna hate me for this, but Dracula Untold, best Dracula movie ever in my opinion." Cody Ghostface, have you seen The Last Voyage of Demeter before you make that statement? Dracula Untold is a fun movie. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. It's good. It definitely starts off good with some Nosferatu in the cave, and it kind of gets into some superhero stuff later on in the film, but I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Jamie Hart also says, "I like a Dracula Untold. I think it gets unfair hate." I do too. I think it does. I think that the unfair hate that it gets is because it's attached to a they were trying to build like this world.
It just showed that ad.
What's that?
I'm getting you the timestamp for when that pig face comes up at what looks like the tub or whatever. But they showed that ad to the movie you're talking about, to the new Dracula movie you just went to go see.
Yeah, dude.
That shit looks fucking badass.
Dude, you gotta go see it, man.
That shit looks good.
That shit's that's some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It starts off, it builds its characters, it takes its time, it's a period piece. That's the that's the foremost of it. And then it turns into a creature feature. I love that though. I was like, man, yeah, take your time. Like, we don't have to be just like in your face. Let's build it. But when the creature, when the vampire attacks, it's good.
That's what's up.
Brett James Bishop also says, "Look at these two handsome fellas." Hell yeah.
What's up, Brett? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Brett? You need to join us on some of these podcasts, man, and some of these videos. Like, me and Marcus, we have a shit ton of videos between now and the end of the year. Like, I don't even know where to begin.
Right. And real quick, I'll plug this as well. Is You know, Brett's got his Shape of Halloween fan film coming out.
Yes.
So that's something that we're definitely going to be touching on as well. I can't wait to see that.
Brett, we will definitely promote your stuff, man. I'm super pumped for it. I want to watch it. I'm ready for it. I love your work. I've seen some of the shots on it, and I'm like thoroughly impressed. I'm ready to watch it, man.
Bro, that fucking bridge shot is...
That bridge shot is sick, man. Man, if me and Marcus could ever put something together that's even like 50% of that, we would be freaking stoked, man.
Oh, bro, we could definitely get there. It just takes time.
Yeah. I mean, I got some scripts made. I just haven't worked on them as far as putting things together to get it filmed.
Right. And that's what I got to do the same too. I got to start getting some shit down. It's just, you know how this goes, bro. It's just difficult when, you're a content creator and you're trying to, deal with that. But then at home stuff, it's not the easiest road. You know what I mean? But, with perseverance and with dedication, we going to get there, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I got your back, bro.
Absolutely. And vice versa.
James Leclerc at Destination Station. I hope we get Daniel back, and maybe Hoffman dies, like you said. I was thinking about Daniel Harris for some reason. Daniel back, and maybe Hoffman dies, like you said. That would be interesting. I hope we see that. Honestly, like me personally, and I know that Marcus might feel different, and that's what's great about this is that we get two different perspectives. And honestly, I have to give credit where credit's due. Marcus knows this shit better than I do. Marcus loves Saw. Marcus is fucking all over this shit and knows the lore a lot better than me. But
I thank my cousin Margarita. She put me on, and I just took off with it.
Yeah, and I remember being so excited for it whenever I was younger. And this was probably before like YouTube was like a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I just want Amanda is my golden egg. That's my golden egg. I want her back. I want her to be retconned. I want her death to be retconned. I want Amanda and Daniel back, and I want them to be working together. You remember in Saw 2 where they had a special bond. They were protecting each other. They cared about each other for a moment. I really think it wouldn't be too far-fetched to see Daniel and Amanda kind of taking over this whole thing. What do you think, Marcus?
I'm not against it. I actually think we could have a possible four-headed monster. If not Daniel, why not the original three we first saw? Amanda, Gordon, and Adam. Running this thing, keeping the legacy alive. You got to have somebody taking those photos. That's where Adam comes into play. You got to have somebody sewing people's eyes shut if need be, or, doing some surgical shit. That's where Gordon comes into play. And then Amanda, she knows how to put the traps together. She's a student of the John Kramer game. He, in so many ways, she was his most prized pupil. He really wanted her to really continue his legacy. It literally, basically in so many words, killed him in Saw 3 that she failed her test. He wanted her to succeed, be his successor. So I'm not against it, man. I love me some Amanda. Shawnee Smith is awesome. Like, let's go. Even Daniel, if it's going to be them two, I'm not against that at all.
Okay, so somebody messaged me the other day. Okay, so the other day we watched Saw the final chapter. Gordon came out. But
Yeah.
there were two people that beat down Hoffman, right?
Uh-huh.
Who was the two people that were in the big mask?
Well, according to Jamie, I guess they had this in a deleted scene or a deleted script. Jamie, if you're still here, let me know in the chat. But according to Jamie, that was the two guys from the beginning of the movie that were fighting over that girl in the public box.
And somebody messaged me that, and I was like, I don't remember seeing that.
Right.
So
Well, no, we don't see it. We don't see it. They just basically, I think it was a deleted scene or it was cut out of the script for them to reveal them. But apparently that was supposed to be them.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm not satisfied with it neither.
But because they were cut out doesn't mean that it was canon.
Right, that's very true. We still don't know who's underneath those pig face masks. You could do anything with that.
Dino says, what if they establish a new Freddy with a great Nightmare movie, then make one more great Friday the 13th, then drop a fire Freddy versus Jason? I don't think we're going to get a Freddy versus Jason movie anytime soon. I don't think that at all. I think that we're lucky to get a Freddy continuation, a reboot, requel, and we're lucky to get a Friday the 13th reboot, whether it be a show or a movie or whatever they decide to do. I think we need to build. Okay, Dino, we built Robert Englund as Freddy with Jason. We're gonna have to build a new Freddy before we get another Freddy versus Jason. It's gonna have to be somebody that we accept and we can move forward with before we can even consider a Freddy versus Jason 2. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't think anybody, but I feel like a good character should play Jason. But a Freddy versus Jason 2 really lies upon if we accept the new Freddy. That's just me.
I'll say this. I mean, I'll be honest. I love me some Freddy versus Jason for what it is. But do I personally want to see a sequel? No. And there's two reasons why I don't want to see a sequel. You got one, because you got to give me a credible Jason. If you're not going to give me Kane Hodder or Derek Mears, somebody who's not Doppy, and I'm sorry, this isn't against Ken Kirchner, but he was extremely slow and extremely Doppy in that movie.
It was like Frankenstein.
And two, Freddy, if this was a real life boxing match, if this was a real life fight, I don't want to see this rematch again. Why? Because Freddy beat the shit out of him for most of that. I'll put it this way. If this was a 12-round fight, Freddy won 10 out of those 12 rounds. You can even argue 11. He whooped Jason's ass that entire movie and made it look easy. He made him look like a bitch. Like he did. He really did. You know, he even said it in the movie when Jason transforms back to his, young boy self, and he's cowering in the corner with water going, pouring on him. And Freddy's like, oh, look at you cowering in the corner like a little bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then the ending, if it wasn't for the final girl, Monica Keena, if it wasn't for her helping Jason, Freddy would have won. So I look at it like this. The guy dominated most of the movie. Jason was handed a gift. Unless you're going to make Jason remotely competitive, I don't want to see that ass whooping again because it's just going to get even worse. Like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, love me some Freddy versus Jason. I just don't know if I'm clamoring for the rematch.
I don't really want a rematch. I if anything, like I have a AI story coming out. Probably shouldn't talk about it right now, but this is exclusive. I have a idea of where I want, like, if we put Freddy, Jason, Michael, Chucky, Leatherface all in one movie. I have an AI storytelling thing coming out. Still working on the audio. I still got that. That's the one thing I got to do. I have to make sure the audio is good before I release it. But it's about them teaming up, kind of like the Avengers, and going against the community, kind of like with everyone with pitchforks and everything like that. So,
that's not a bad idea.
this prison is all about keeping the most insane of the insane, and they capture them. So that's like the opening, and they break out, and they do like the beginning of this story is like a prison break of all of them, and they're all just trying to go home. But shit happens. Let's
Right.
just say that. And Evil Dead's even kind of tied into it.
I was just about to say, so it kind of sounds like some Evil Dead tied into it a little bit. I like it.
Yeah, because like Tiffany from Chucky, I have her like seducing Bruce Campbell to get the
Oh,
Book of
shit.
Dead. Yeah.
You know what Throwdown does need to happen, but I don't think we'll ever get it?
What's that?
Chucky versus Leprechaun.
No, we'll never get it. They should have done that shit.
They
years
should have
ago.
done that fucking years ago when both Brad was in his prime. Because, see, that's the thing. Warwick is still relatively young. He's only 53. Like, and Brad's 74.
He's only 53.
Yeah, he's only 53. Bro, when he did Leprechaun, he was in his early 20s. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. I found that shit out a couple months ago when they were talking about the new Leprechaun reboot in the works, and that they were talking about could Warwick Davis return. And a lot of people, were, hit me up in the comments like, oh, don't count on him returning. He even said he would never do horror again because of his kids. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. He said that when his son turns 18, maybe he'll start thinking about doing some horror movies again. His son is 20 years old. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And for me personally, I feel like you come on, you gotta bring him back. He's only 53. He still's got gas left in the tank. This is not a knock against Lyndon Porso, who did Leprechaun Returns. I thought he did a fairly great job, replacing Warwick Davis. Thought he nailed it. But he's not Warwick Davis.
Right.
Like Warwick Davis, he made that character. And for me, it's kind of like what you say with Freddy. Even if you bring him back for a little bit and then pass the torch on to a new Leprechaun or whatever, I'm okay with that. But you got to give me Warwick Davis back.
You have to, man. You can't just like discard him at all because he built it. He built that fucking franchise. Whether it had a good director or producer or whoever, he came to play ball.
Yes.
And that's what's in people's memories is him. So if you're going to bring him back to like a direct sequel to the first movie or the second movie or something like that. Whatever. I would say the first movie and just play it off of that because
right.
He's a good actor and he's fucking awesome.
Hell yes.
And when you think about the Leprechaun, we're not thinking of a different iteration of the Leprechaun. We're thinking about Warwick Davis's version of the Leprechaun. If you can't make him scary, make him fucking work. Make him work in some fucking capacity because that's what we want to see. That's what we remember. Man.
And he has one of the most iconic lines, in my opinion, out of any horror villain. When he meets Ozzy in the basement. Hey, Tubby, got a light for old Leprechaun's pipe? Like, come on. Like, that guy he's amazing. Like, and like you said, he built that franchise. And he built that franchise so much to the point where it got outlandish. He still showed up for space. Took Leprechaun to space. But then they took Leprechaun to the hood.
Yeah.
Now, what high profile legendary actor like Warwick Davis would do that? They wouldn't. They would say no to that. He was so ingrained with that character and was so in love with playing that character. He didn't care where the setting was. He made it work.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love for him. And honestly,
What's up, Flet?
Yeah, what's up, Flet, man? I would love to see, like, have you watched the new series Willow on Disney Plus?
No, but I'm hearing things about it.
I watched like the first 2 episodes and I was like, this is a lot better than I thought it would be. But then it got canceled and I was like, damn. And I hate that because I was a big Willow fan whenever I was younger. I don't remember much about it, but I remember it's like nostalgic for me, you know. But whenever I was watching the TV show and I was like, this is really damn good show. This is good. It just, now that it's canceled, I mean, like, I haven't finished the season, so I can't really like judge it as a whole. But Warwick Davis, one thing you can always say about him, you pay him, you tell him this is your job, he's coming to fucking play.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a B movie or a high budget fucking Disney show or movie or anything, he's going to give it his all. And that's one thing that I love about that guy. He's freaking awesome. And you know, like, have you seen these promotional things about the new Snow White movie?
Yes.
They're not even dwarves.
No.
They're all like different races and different, and they're all tall. And
It's
like,
a horror movie.
No, it's not. It's a regular.
It's supposed to be.
No, I thought it was a Disney movie. I thought it was like a regular.
Bro, Disney is dabbling there. They're dabbling in horror, bro. They got fucking Cinderella horror movie coming out.
Well,
I think it's called Belle, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I haven't seen that.
Bro, like they're dipping their toes in the horror genre for sure. And some fans don't like it. Some fans are like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Hold on, let me look at this real quick because I'm gonna pull this shit up.
Marcus, I still, like, I'm on it, man. I can't believe you haven't seen.
Oh,
Mask. I
I know, man. I'm shocked I haven't either. Like, I've never heard of it.
You've never even heard of it? Oh.
No, like I've heard of the name Beyond the Mask, but like I didn't know it was like a movie. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. No.
Man, I'm stressed out right now. Dude, because I know your ass would be all over this. You'd be like, man, this shit is the shit.
I gotta definitely take a look at it.
Man, it's so good, man.
Okay, so Disney Cinderella horror.
What's up, Necessary Distraction? What's up, girl? What is
Oh shit, what's up, Amber?
Amber, what is going on? Hey, so next week I have some exclusive. I've reached out to Gun Media. I got some exclusive gameplay coming out for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nice.
So
that's tight.
If anybody wants to be a part of that or be a part of the stream or come on and play along with me online, consider becoming a member. I definitely got some spots available.
Okay, so hold on. News. All right, there we go. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast horror movie titled Belle. And the trailer's out.
What?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's going to be... Oh, it's coming out this month.
What the...
Heads on demand platforms in August. Okay, so let me take a look at this trailer. I'm not gonna have the volume up. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's just give a look. If they even got it, like, where's it at?
Jamie says, Lafayette, I am not a fan of Hoffman. I really wanted Jill to get him. I was disappointed when he escaped. Jill was the wife of Jigsaw, right?
Yep.
And she was sexy. She was
Oh,
hot.
bro, she's still bad as fuck. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Hey,
yeah, the John Carter winner on that one. And I expect to see her in this movie. If we're setting it between Saw 1 and Saw 2, she's got to at least make a cameo. Like, got to. Okay, so let's take a look at this.
Necessary. You having a hard time hearing me? Am I?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll try to get. I have a new boom mic coming. It should be here tomorrow. So maybe we'll get some better audio then. I'm sorry. Jamie Hart said, "Is there canned corn in the convenience store?" Garbonzia. What the fuck? What are you talking about, Jamie?
Garmonbozia. That's what it looks like. It says.
What is she talking about?
I think she's talking about the convenience store that looks like it's behind Amanda in that shot.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Dino says that this different pig face mask talk reminds me of when we were speculating on the different masks in Scream 6.
It's the truth, though. That's one of the things that I made a purpose of doing when I rewatched the Saw X trailer. Was I said, I want to see if there's going to be any variants in the pig face masks that you see. And there were. Like, there's three. There's three different masks. So you can automatically assume, and this is, you can just make an assumption, John's mask, Amanda's mask, and Hoffman's mask. But that may not be true. And the reason why I say that is because whoever is wearing that pig face mask that is worn, like you could tell there's tears in it and everything. Whoever is wearing that fucking mask, they're in the bathroom. Because when they sit up, they're coming out of the tub. Like, what other place are they going to be coming up like that, like rising up from like that, in that position? You know, like, so I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. We're already almost halfway through August, y'all. Before we know it, we're going to be in the theater watching this shit.
Absolutely, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, man, are they going to release this early and let us get like early access to the movie and see this stuff? Like,
well, you know, on demand probably will for Xfinity. They usually do that shit. You got to pay like $20 or whatever and shit, and watch it. I'm sure Xfinity on demand. Yeah, they double the price of the movie theater and stuff. But I want to say, you got to think they're probably going to release it early on Thursday, too, the 28th. Most likely.
I hope it's financially successful. I really do.
I do, too. I think it will be, man. There's so many people. Bro, look, we almost had 1,000 people watch that Saw-a-thon with us all day waiting for that trailer to drop, bro. I think that is a vindication that there's a lot of people who are excited to see Saw X and are excited that Tobin Bell is actually going to be in the movie and not a flashback.
Yeah, I think majority of it, he's going to be in the movie and we're going to feel like present. I think that the present day stuff's going to be near the end. At least I hope so. I know that, like, what the filmmakers go on record saying like you don't have to see any of the other ones.
Basically, they said if you're a fan of the first two, but Kevin Gruder did say in order to understand the story and basically the setting of Saw X, watch Saw 6 because basically the breadcrumbs were laid there
Okay.
with the whole insurance guy and stuff like that. Remember, that's what I told you. When he was going to his insurance guy to see if he can get coverage for going overseas, this was it. The cure in Mexico. That was what it was for.
Hmm.
And you heard him tell him, if you do that, we're going to have to drop you from the coverage.
Right. I'm not trying to grow a beard. I'm gonna shave this probably tomorrow.
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. That shit look doo doo.
What?
That
My
fucking
beard?
that Bell trailer.
Oh. Yeah,
It looks-
yeah.
It looks boring.
I haven't seen anything on it, but
It looks boring.
yeah. Man.
Okay, go back to that real quick though. Destin, what Jamie said about Garbonzio.
Which one was it? Yeah.
Is it okay? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Got you. Now I know what she's talking about.
I gotta catch up with some Twin Peaks stuff, man.
Yeah, bro. I told you it's unique. It's good.
Yeah, especially before what's the new game? Damn, I can't even think of it right now. There's a new game coming out that's like inspired by Twin Peaks. I can't wait to play it. I'm gonna play it on
Really?
the channel. Yeah, the first game. Jamie, what was that game? Damn, why can't I think of it right now?
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's a game that's like completely inspired by. I don't know why I want to say John Wick, but I know that's not it. There's a new game. It's coming out very soon.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm looking it up right now. Alan Wake 2. It's about to come out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a walkthrough the entire game, and this one looks really sadistic. It looks really good. The first
Yeah, I remember
one,
you told me about the first game and you liked it, I think.
yeah, the
About
first
Alan
one.
Wake.
Yeah. Me and Jamie, we talk about it all the time. Like the first Alan Wake is really good, but this one's going to be rated mature, and it looks like it's going to be a lot more survival horror.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks really good. It was like almost like Resident Evil style, or
Nice.
yeah. But man, I think we are about to close it up. We're pushing 2 a.m. Central.
Dude, that shit went fast, bro. It don't even fucking feel like it.
Yeah, it's over 2 hours and 22 minutes. I enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much, Marcus, for coming on here and talking some Saw. I know you know this shit like the back
Hell yeah,
of your
man.
hand more than I do. And so yeah.
I'm actually going to send you the images that I took of the 3 different pig face masks so you can check them out. Yes. And I'll also send you the timestamp for that shot where it looks like the pig face is coming out up from the tub.
Yeah, dude. I need to see that one for sure.
Yes.
I want to see that. But yeah, this has been great. If y'all are down for some more Saw talk, I thought about doing this for Thursday nights, like late night, like I do Scream Talk on Friday nights. So if that's what you want, smash that like button. If the numbers hit, I will definitely keep putting out this content. Marcus, thank you so much for coming on here. And
Thank you for having me, brother. It's always a pleasure.
yeah, man. It's always awesome. So we got so much stuff coming over this weekend. We got Craven's 10K. So I told them to put me on the latest because I want to be on there the longest. Like I'm like,
Yep.
if anybody wants to be on there early, let them get out the way. I'll be on there late, and I'll just hang out all night as long as you'll let me hang out. So,
yeah, he put me for 12 to 1, but then he basically captured it on the side and said, whenever the stream ends.
that's what he did to me too. Because I told him, I said, just put me on the latest you can do it. So I think I'm on it at 12 as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
I just told him I can't do any shots. I'll drink a little bit, but a year ago, man, that messed me up.
I know, man.
I just like fell over. But yeah, thank you everybody that's been a part of Solid Talk. If you want more of this, smash that like button, and we'll see you when we see you. Me and Marcus will be right back.